today. We're continuing to sand, polish and buff here. So come around, buffed in this top lip, come out real nice. Rear panel here where the Z28 emblem goes, real nice. Now we're starting to go around the corner here, going on this rear quarter panel. I've had some questions about my buffing. It never fails. Let me get that. We're back. I like to do like these edges first. I show you from the front fender how I leave these when I sand. I don't sand the very edge right up to it. That way you keep as much clear on that edge as you can, because we all know that the paint pulls back away from the edges and you don't get as much coverage on those. So that's what you see that I'm doing right here. I went ahead and done down this line already up to this point. Then when I sand this top portion up here, I'll come down to the line. But I like to take those in first. I do those at a moderately slow speed. Come up in the corners like this. All the way down through here will be the same way. I'll buff this at a slow speed and get all my edges in before I do all the flat parts of the panel. The same way here on these fender lines. This line runs all the way back. You don't want to burn the paint off on those edges. I don't tape anything. I shouldn't say I don't tape anything. A lot of times where doors meet to the front fender, I'll put some tape down. Like here, I'll tape on the front fender when I buff the door edge, and vice versa. I'll tape the door when I buff the front fender, because it's so easy to burn these edges off right here. Those are places you have to be careful. I'm not going to do any in-depth thing on buffing. I mean, it's kind of in general, and everyone finds their own little ways that they like doing it. This is just a Chicago Electric cheapy buffer. This one was from Harbor Freight. My other buffer brushes went out on, and I can't seem to locate brushes for it, so I picked this one up. It's adjustable here, digital readout on the speed. You can adjust it up and down. It's a big wool pad. This is a Presta pad loaded with the Presta compound. Some guys ask me what I use for compound. I've always been a 3M compound person, but I was at my supply store and they picked up the Presta line. This one is the 1335-32. It's an aqua color polish, as we saw on the pad over there. It's real similar to the 3M polish, cuts about the same. It has a nice fragrance to it also. Like I said, this was the 3M polish that I used for my first cut. This is after I'm in 2000 grit. 2000 or better. This is my foam pad polish. I know, black top, black pad. I use this on a blue foam pad. 6064, perfected machine polish, and this is the hand glaze, just to rub out my hand afterwards. 5990. And of course, the whole time I'm buffing, I don't use any cotton t-shirt cloths or anything like that. I use microfiber. You can see this one's getting very used. I hate to wash them. I think it takes away some of their effectiveness once you wash them, but when I do, I just hand wash them. And then when I block sand, here with 3M 2000 paper here. There's the block I like to use for that. The motor guard. It's a roller block. It's one with the rounded corners. It's a little harder in the middle and softer on the outside. Does a nice job. I don't use a garden hose inside this bottle. Squirt bottle is a mix of water with a little bit of dish soap in it. That soap lubricates the sandpaper, makes it work easier, and also keeps it cleaner. So makes the job a little bit easier. Sandpaper lasts longer. That's where we're at on that. So listen, I'm not going to make a lot of buffing videos. Is that a slow buff around the edges? High speed buff all the big flat panels? I'll bring you back as we make some more progress.